Hi Algebra 2 students, we're going to go ahead and start 10.3. We're going to do the first part, which is this first learning target, use geometric sequences. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, you're going to need to write down this formula for geometric sequence. A sub n equals a1 times r to the n minus 1 power. So remember, a1 is your first term, and then r is the ratio, so what you're multiplying by throughout the sequence, and then n is what term that you're on. So if we're looking at here, an example would be Julian sees a new band concert, or a new band at a concert. He emails the link for the band's website to 5 of his friends. They each forward the link to 5 of their friends, and so on. How many people will receive the link on the 8th round of email? So you can actually use this formula to figure out how many people are going to get that, rather than listing it out every time. So for this one, the starting value is going to be 5. Now, what are we multiplying by each time, each round? We're multiplying by 5 because each friend sends it to 5 more friends. And then it's the 8th round, so it's 8 minus 1. So go ahead and pause the video and see what you come up with on this. So you should, after you put this in your calculator, you should end up with 390,625 emails. Alright, so we're going to be using this formula throughout the video, so make sure you have it written down. The next thing is to write an equation for the nth term. Again, we're using this formula. I'm trying to dig down deep not to say A1 steak sauce, because I know that got really annoying in the last video. So we are going to go ahead and solve for r here on this first sequence. So what would r be? What's going on each time? Right, we're multiplying by 4. So r is going to equal 4. The first term is 0.5. And then we have n minus 1 as our exponent. Okay, so the next one we're looking at, we have a4. a4 is 5. And then, so we need to figure out what that is. What is the term for that? It's 5. So we're trying to figure out the first term. So we're trying to figure out what A1 is. So we know R is 6, and we know N is 4. So we're going to go ahead and solve this. 5 equals A1 times 6 to the third. We're going to go ahead and divide by 6 to the third, which is 216. So A1 is 5 over 216. And then we have our equation. AN equals 5 over 216 times 6 to the n minus 1. Alright, the next and final part of this video is we're going to write 3 geometric means between 2 and 2,150. So the first step would be how many total terms. So in this case, we're going to have 5 total terms. Step 2, very similar to the arithmetic, we're going to figure out what the r is. So in order to do that, we're going to use our formula. So 1250 equals 2 times r to the 5 minus 1 power. So we're going to go ahead and divide by 2 on both sides, and that's 625 equals r to the 4th. We're going to take the 4th root of 625 to both sides. So we're going to take the 4th root, and that's actually going to be plus or minus 5. Because remember, anytime you take an even root, that's the plus or minus. So step 3, we're going to use r to find the geometric means. So see if you can go ahead and pause the video and fill in these blanks using those means. Okay, this is what you should get, but keep in mind we also need to multiply by -5 as well. So we end up with some negatives in there. Okay, so then we have these right here would be our geometric means. So 10, 50, 250, or -10, 250 or negative 250 would be our answer. All right, that's all I have for you guys. We'll see you guys later, and have a good day.